Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. It is July 15th, 2023, and I've got updates. I hope I'm coming through okay. I'm on the correct network, and let me get a sound check from everyone, please. Let me see. I'm going to echo for a second, but I got to get a sound check on myself. Sound check, sound check. Let me see. I'm going to echo for a second, but I got to get a sound check. Okay, okay. Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. All right. The updates. I actually gave myself notes to follow, right? Okay, on the Mercury project, I have a whole bunch of parts and I'm determining what more parts I need as I go along and look at the experiments. I review what people have done, right? And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I am looking at things as far back as like 1998, old blog posts and forum posts about people who have tried to do similar things using Mercury. And they're all kind of doing the same thing. And none of them are doing what the Manas did, right? Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna have to be on YouTube to do this, but let me show you. Okay, what they have, the images that I'm picking up of what people are doing, right? Now, these are recent, well, fairly recent. They're a few years old, but let me show you. I'm going to share the screen. It means I got to push a bunch of buttons and wait for this stuff to. Okay. Now, this image is coming up right now, right? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Quantum Show. Got Samo, Mind Force, LA Moon. Let's see who else is here. Joe Stewart, hey, thank you. Samo, I said. Destic is here. All right, people have been hanging out. Wow, I'm talking a lot before the show. Awesome. So, what you are seeing on the screen right now is a typical experiment. Now, if you will watch, hopefully you can see my mouse, right? You have the amperage coming in, the amperage and voltage. And this guy said he is using 240 volts. Now, that's a lot of voltage, okay? 240 at like 200 amps, okay? That's a lot of power for a desktop small handheld device, right? And what also you're seeing is the ring here and another ring here, and the silvery substance is the mercury, okay? And that's a magnet on the inside. Now, the magnet is to uh, promote the magnetic field shape, right? It will make a magnetic field anyway. If you put the outer ring is a conductor, either positive or negative, and this one, the inner ring is positive or negative, and the magnet sits alone by itself, but the mercury and it surrounds this magnet. Now, this is one of the working experiments that I can do, and you can swap the polarity, and the thing would switch directions, right? Okay, this is the standard experiment, just showing how mercury reacts in in an electromagnetic field, right? However, okay, that is like the beginning of part one to this thing. Now, if we'll look, I got to hit some more buttons, and I'm going to show you another experiment, what this person is doing, what this other person is doing. And now you saw that one, right? That was two rings. All right. I'm getting the. Now, that was the two rings, inner and outer. They're both touching the substance, right? They're both touching the mercury with a magnet on the inside. Now, if you'll see this, now here's what is happening here, right? Is it's coming up. Hold on. Hey, intergalactic angler. And I said it once, I said it again. Hey, Mind Fork, thanks for coming by. Okay, what you got in here is the center bolt is electrified, and so is the outer bowl, right? The bolt in the middle is one, and it is insulated from the bowl. And this little nub here is where the wire connects and the current both. Now, in this one, the center pole does not touch the mercury, and yet it spins. Hey, Sapphire. Welcome back to the Quantum Show, everybody. Now, in this model, in this experiment, which is a valid experiment, it does happen, right? This happens. And the mercury is not touching the center post. It's touching the bowl, which is in the middle of the magnetic field between the center post and the bowl. And the mercury is isolated from the center post. It's not touching it. Now, now, both of these pictures, right, have shown that you have a center post, you have an outer ring, or you have an inner ring or center post, and an outer ring where the mercury is in the vortex between the two. Now, that, okay, I mean, the magnetic field is in a big torus in both of them, okay? And when it's in that torus, you have the magnetic field going positive or north-south this way, right? And it looks like a donut. It really does. It looks like a donut. The center is the nexus like this. Hey, Jeanette. And a Crafty Gamer, he showed up. Okay, cool, awesome. Now, I will go ahead and stop sharing this. And I have, now, keep that in mind, okay? Keep the level of the mercury and the things in mind, all right? Now, I'm going to show you, we've seen this one before. I'm going to show the last picture. Now, this is, let me see here. And I have to, okay. Remember this? It's coming. All right. This we have looked at before. We looked at this picture before. Now, remember those experiments, okay? Remember those mercury experiments where the guys are hooking up the wires here and there in metal bowls here and there. Now, each level of this has one of those experiments going on in a big way. Over here, let me see. This is the easiest one to look at, right? Now, in each side, in each section, stage, if you will, you have this one too. These are not scramjets. Forget it, right? Each section has mercury inside. And the mercury is acting as a superconductor, but it is not a superconductor by itself, okay? It's not a superfluid. It does a whole lot of stuff. Oh my God, my head is still swimming from reading about all the jargon that really is above my head on this stuff. But if they could do it in the ancient world, we can do it now. Why aren't we doing it now with this? You take one of those, you put mercury in over here, over here, over here, over here. They can be contained. And it doesn't have to be in a metal bowl. It can be in sandstone. Sandstone is a semiconductor. So it can establish these things were made of stone. They weren't made of metal bowls. They didn't have a whole bunch of metal parts. Hey, Raven. Hey, Jay Griff. Thanks for, hey, Cindy. All right. Did some show let out or something? I was just going over what I have gotten to do, right? So I've gotten parts. We're looking at the generally the idea of a Vimana. Now I will go over it again. These two top propeller things, right, are not air intakes. They are heat exhausts. Okay, heat rises. Now, mercury is metal, and you're spinning it in something. There is going to be friction, even if it's a liquid. It has friction. Water has friction, but water is a cooling agent. So when you have metal spinning in any kind of bowl, then you're going to have friction. Metal in stone, metal on metal, you're going to have friction. That means heat. And I believe that I'm pointing at the screen with my finger, that these things here are misinterpreted. These are heat exhausts, thermal exhausts, okay? To move the air out of this thing and keep it from melting, cracking, whatever. Okay, we have started 10 minutes ago. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. If you're here, you're quantum. Hit like and subscribe. Even if you're here by proxy, proxy is still quantum. So thanks everybody for coming around. I appreciate it. I was just going over those things about using mercury, what I have put together and what I'm going to put together, continue to do. I got more parts. All right. Here is what, let me tell you, this is not for the faint of heart. Okay. You can't just knock this stuff together. It takes planning, and it takes a lot of safety equipment. I had to buy a respirator. Okay. Now what I'm going to be using, I need an insulator I'm going to do those experiments. I'm going to use, yeah, there you go. Heck yeah. Proxy quantum is still a quantum. Hell yeah. Okay. I come from art, so I know a lot about arts and crafts. Amy, salute arts and crafts. Okay, so I start there because it's what I'm familiar with. And so I ordered, these things are cheap, okay? The parts are cheap for the desktop experiment. Dude was using a mixing bowl, okay? This is the steel cans, right? Steel cans. Steel because it's derivative of iron and it doesn't react with mercury. Steel cans. Okay, magnets. I don't know if tin cans will work because I'm going to try. Magnets. Here's what I've knocked together so far, right? Now, this is one of those same steel cans. You buy them in bulk. There's a couple of magnets in there, all right? It's stuck to the inside. It's not glued. It's a magnet. That's a file, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a copper rod. I've got the copper rods. I'm going to stick a copper rod into that hole, but I have to insulate it from this metal can. It is not a great conductor, but it will work, right? The mercury will be in here, and I will have positive here, negative to the can, and then once I get it to doing what it's doing, all right, now this will be self-contained. This will have a battery, okay? This will have a battery, not plugged in the wall, though I probably should. I wish someone would say, hey, Nathan, I want to do this experiment with you. I have all this fancy equipment, but no one's coming up and doing that. I'm going to take a big 12-volt battery I got, right? Hey, Marvelous Marvin. Hey, Tim. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. Thanks, everybody. Hard gasket fiber card. Yeah, I got to make sure Sapphire's saying hard gasket fiber card. I got to see what will work because it's also got to withstand the presence of mercury. And I don't know if it will. I would have to get some and test it with the mercury. Okay, So this is the experiment. Where is my, just got the copper rods in, and they're around here somewhere. I got a whole bunch. I bought a bunch of magnets, not knowing what would work, because if this works, I'm going to upscale. Now, this thing is a little over 3 inches in diameter, okay? Not a perfectly centered hole, but it doesn't need to be. Mercury will be in here. The positive will be coming through, insulated against this bowl, probably H8, just a plastic grommet, right? And it'll be insulated against this bowl. And here's what these other experiments are not doing. Stacking them up on top of each other. They're not doing that. So instead of having one, I'm going to have two, and they're both going to have mercury in them. And then I'm going to stack them up, right? I got, how many of these things I got? 6. Yeah, I got 6 of these cans. And I'm going to stack them up. And then that's to get the motion going, okay? That's to get the motion. I'm going to be using a 12-volt battery, like from a Power Wheels. Okay, I've got one over here. And then had them right here. Oh yeah, here. Copper rods. There they are. Copper rods. Let's keep all the project parts together, huh, Quantum Guy? Let's do that. Speaking of keeping them all together, I got these little coils, and they're like from doorbells. And what they will be doing is acting like a stator and an alternator. Bump the camera. Okay, well, got coils, and I have no way to fix them. Now, what the coils are going to be doing, the coils are going to be going to first, what they do is they act as if it's got a spinning magnet on the inside of an alternator, right? They will be linked around here in series, okay? And they're all going to be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, all around, like a stator with 2 wires coming off, positive and negative, going through an LED to show activity and to show that the coils will be gathering up the electric field around it. And I want to see what it produces. And I want to see, does it have to be close? I'm getting a call. I can't take it. Does it have to be close? Does it have to be far? What gives me the best results? So the magnet will be, well, there's no magnet. In an alternator, you have plus and minus spinning magnet, right? That's an alternator, plus and minus spinning magnet going right here. And you have these coils that are pointed outward, and they are, right? And they all gather the electromagnetic difference between the spinning magnet, boom, 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 boom. Destic, you're asking, how do I plan on supporting the structure before the mercury spins evenly so the structure doesn't topple? That's the great question, okay? It doesn't need much support. Okay, now, with a device like this and this much mercury, I don't need a lot of support. I just have to get it going, and once it gets going, man, this stuff is heavy. Get it going. Once it starts going, right, then it will pretty much even itself out. It will stay. It might hum. I don't know yet. And I don't think that it's the structure. This is the small desktop demo unit. What I'm going to be doing. Hey, welcome, Sapphire Elf, Intergalactic Anchor, Catherine Parker. Hey, how you doing? Talking about the parts that I've gotten together and the idea behind how I'm going to put it together. Okay, so one of these copper rods is going to go up through the middle of this, right? And the structure is going to be literally these cans that I just showed you on screen. And it doesn't need to be, it won't need to not topple over. It'll be, I can hold, you can pick it up and hold it, right? Because once it's going, it's going to just be going, right? It's like holding an electric motor, like a hair dryer or something. It'll just spin. And the moving parts are liquid. So it will be evenly going around, right? So that is where I'm at. And I need to get a new filter for my fume extractor. I got to get a new filter for my fume extractor. It's a homemade deal, so I have to make a new one. Sorry. So that is a Lunar, yeah. Hey, Lunar Sparkles, welcome back. I know you've been here before. It's hot. Yeah, Derek, welcome back. Nathan's starting to go big time on the internet. Sure. Thanks for the encouragement, man. I passed out link on Facebook and Twitter, and here we are. Jeez. Okay, but that's where I am at that, and I need to have my fume extractor. This stuff is toxic. It's neurotoxic. Okay, neurotoxic. I don't want to go brain dead messing with this stuff. I don't want to get brain damage from messing with this stuff. And okay, well, Tim, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. It's a rescue mission. Sounds like. All right. Have fun. Hope you get it started, and hope you're able to chill over there. Thanks for coming by. Hit like and subscribe, please. All right. So that's where I'm at. I've got plenty. Gloves are easy, right? Gloves are easy. Don't really need gloves, but gloves are easy. It's the fumes. The fumes are the worst part. Now, I do have a respirator mask. It's like for paint, enhanced for paint and other things, right? What I would really like to do is get an aquarium and put some holes in it and put the fume extractor in it and put, handle stuff inside an aquarium like hazmat. But I don't have room for that. Don't have room for that. So that's where I'm at with the mercury stuff and the coils. I really want to show you the coils. They're in a little plastic bag. And I need to find them to show you because it is very, I could talk about it all night, right? Showing you, of course, they're right where I was looking. These coils, right? These are little copper coils. Now you electrify them and they pull metal through. They're from doorbells. It's from a doorbell. These are from really loud freaking doorbells. Okay. Now they kind of are glued together. That's fine. Even if they aren't, they'll come apart if I'm too rough with them. So I'm gentle with them. But these little coils, you've got a piece coming from the inside and a piece off the outside, right? And you run a current there and it becomes an electromagnet. It pulls or pushes, depending, right? Like a nail through here. All right. It won't shoot it or nothing, but it'll just push it through. I don't have that. I'm not going to be using that kind of amperage. And the desktop demo using this stuff is going to be self-contained. It will be looking like the Genesis device. Okay. It's going to be, I'm thinking, with battery and switches, etc., it'll probably end up being about this tall. And these coils, now for one can, these are for one can, 5 around the edge. To be a stator, you orient them. Let me grab another one. To be a stator, the way you orient them on your, around your spinning magnet is like this. Okay. For a motor, on an alternator, right? On an alternator, you orient them like that. What I'm going to be doing is, and for an electric motor is like that. All right. What I'm going to be doing is using these as gathering devices, as inductive gathering devices. They're going to be oriented like that because I don't need, or that. It doesn't matter how I orient them, right? As long as they're around, and I've got 5 of them, and I need more. Okay. I need, well, how many cans do I got? 4 cans? I'm going to need 15 more because I got 5 per can and they're going to be around it. So it'll end up being about this. The battery is a pretty big one, right? So parts are almost there, right? I need to take, didn't I just have a copper rod? I need to be able to insulate a copper rod going through here just like that, right? It is non-magnetic, it's copper. It's not ferromagnetic, okay? It needs to be like that. And these are 4 inches long. So one of these rods will be able to do 4 cans, right? So easy. I could stack them 4 tall and show you. Almost 4 thick. Let me see here. Let me just get the other 3, right? Actually, I think I got 6 of them, so I'll be able to use them for coffee. All right. These are the cans. And yeah, I'll be able to use one to go all the way down, and it will still poke up through there and give me an anode. That's what they call it when you have this thing sticking out to get things by induction stuff to create the magnetic field. But it has to be insulated against all these cans. All right, it has to go from the bottom up here, from the bottom of one can, all the way up through, and it will stop right there. And then it will poke up through the magnet. They'll all have magnets. And each one of these cans will have some mercury in it. Have that much mercury in it. Now, this is for the desktop demonstration only, but it will demonstrate. Then, okay, whew, copper has a scent to it. Do not put copper in your mouth. It tastes gross. So, safety first, people. So each one of these cans will have a map or have that copper going up through it, the mercury rotating. Each one will have these little magnets, right? They're all going to be facing the same polarity. And how you do that? You do it this way. Okay. It's a metal can. I can't get them out. They're magnets inside a metal can. Okay. Now, we all are familiar with magnets, okay? They do not want to go together that way. They do want to go together that way. Now, flip one over, they repel, okay? They repel each other. I mean, it's cool. Magnets are awesome. Then, when you're ready to, like, each one of these will have one of these magnets. I should have got more. But for right now, I'm just keeping them together in the little can, okay? Just for now. And it's easy to not lose magnets. You stick them to something and they stay there. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to start with one can. Once that works, I will get more mercury, more coils, and start building more layers. repeat it over and over again. But now I need an insulator to insulate the copper from this metal can. And I will have to figure out exactly how to do that. I'm thinking because, look, check it out. This bottle is of a plastic that is containing this mercury. And I believe it is polypropylene. I think it's it says PP on the bottom of it. Okay, Samo, yeah. I'm showing the easiest, cheapest, stupid, all this shit is from Amazon except for this. This did not come. I tried to buy mercury on Amazon. It is not there. All you can get is gallium, and that is not the same. Okay? You cannot buy mercury. It's hazmat, right? And it is considered toxic. It is neurotoxic if it is ingested, right? Yeah. Yeah. Don't play with copper. But anyway, all this stuff comes from literally, there it is. It's in the prime bag. That's what these things come from. And in my quest for magnets, lots of different magnets, okay? And I think I actually got 6 of those. Sure, I'm going to go with 5. I got this other one from Amazon. It is not too large, but this is big honk. This is a big honking magnet, okay? Ceramic magnet. Now this is non-metallic, right? This is, what is that? Each one of these are half an inch, a little over half an inch. It's metric, so each one of these are 15 mils thick. So 30 mils thick worth of magnets, right? Oh, yeah, these are strong. Oh, careful, kids. Do not let these slam together because the material these are made of is not metal. It's metallic, but it will shatter, okay? And if you let these slam together, it will shatter. Wear your eye protection, right? Okay, so that's where I'm at. Now, I do have some tin cans. Guess where I got them? Dollar Tree. They were cookie tins. And I got them in the kitchen because they still got cookies in them. I'm going to put these back together. Oh. It bites. Freaking ow. These things bite, dude. Okay, imagine you're messing with pliers and you're not paying attention and you smash your finger, the little skin, you get a blood blister. That's what just happened to me right now. These things are... Here's the same file I showed you before, right? Look, it's already losing pieces from me not being careful enough. Magnet. Ow. A big honking magnet. That's actually going to be a blood blister. I need to put a cushion between these two. But it is being held in this foam container. These will be the bigger one. Now, I don't know. They were cheap. So I got them from Amazon. And they live in here, so they don't get stuck to anything by accident, in the bigger box that came around. And that's where I'm at with the... What time was it? Okay, it's halfway through. All right. Oh, thank you, Intergalactic Angler. Yeah. Let's see. Not wearing eye protection and no gloves. Already got hurt and breaking stuff. That's science. That's science. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be saying, yeah, that's right. No pain, no gain. There you go, Lunar. But okay, that's where I'm at with the project. I need to get more parts. I need to just stop waiting to get parts. Say, can I get it? This stuff is from Amazon. It's super cheap. I have not spent $40 yet outside of the Mercury. Okay, the magnets and stuff. This stuff has not cost $40 yet. I went to Dollar Tree and got tins for $1.25 each, and I think I got 6 of them. Right? I'm still gonna stack them up, but those big speaker magnets, I think they were $3 or $4 on Amazon. Arts and Crafts Anti-Gravity. Boom, you heard it here on the Quantum Show, right? Except for the Mercury. The Mercury, that's expensive. That was $60. Okay, it was 60 plus shipping. And it had to have ground only shipping. You are not allowed to fly Mercury around because planes are made of aluminum, and if that stuff breaks, the plane gets devoured. I am not even joking. Okay, and it gets devoured dramatically. Look on YouTube. Go look on YouTube. Mercury on aluminum, and it will show you exactly why. Not boom, more like puke. It's weird. Okay, so that's where I am with the Mercury stuff and the different configurations and the configuration I'm going to do. I need to make a picture of it. And this is me taking notes. Here is me taking notes for the show. The show is me taking notes for reality. Okay. So, okay. In the middle of all this, now this has been over half an hour. Okay, let me just, now I can go through the chat room. Cookies. Yeah, cookies, talking about the cookie containers. Yeah. I haven't eaten, there's only like 12 cookies in a tin. It is a tin. I might not be able to use them. It might react badly. I have to test. But they're big metal cookie tins, so I can use it for something. Okay. Get myself a groovy apron when you're assembling. Had some mad sciences vibes going on. Yeah, with the cyanide goggles on my face. Civil engineer? Marvin, are you saying you are a civil engineer? Well, there it is. I wasn't paying attention. I was doing a little presentation, kind of. Yeah. And yeah, Samo, think antacid, except it's solid, right? The way it looks when mercury comes in touch with aluminum. Yeah. I did that. I'm fine. We did that in class. We had people coming in with mercury in a box, not in a plastic container or petri dish, in a box. And it would be unsealed. It would just be a box, you know, a cardboard box. They would look at the mercury, and it was just a specially made cardboard box where it wasn't folded on the bottom side. It was folded on the corners. But who cares? It's a shoebox, right? And we did that. I played with mercury. I have touched mercury. It bounces around your finger. It is one of the coolest things ever. Okay. I'm sure there is too. I need to go look. And being that they're from Dollar Tree, I don't know what purity, what actual type of metal. They're worried about selling cookies, not metal tins. So I need to find out what it's going to do. And they're selling cookies, so the product control, quality control is for cookies, not metal. Packaging is not. let's see here. Liquid metal is bad on aluminum or copper, even in a computer. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. But I didn't know about copper. I'll check that out. Marvelous Marvin. What were you retired from? Was that the civil engineer comment? You were retired last year? Okay. I think I'm almost caught up. Yeah. I'm caught up with the chat. Yeah, it used to be fun before people got so scared of their own damn shadows. That's what it takes. It takes. You know why people are scared of it? Because they don't understand it. If they would learn about this stuff, you know what? People think that I'm crazy for having this on my desk. It's in a sealed container that is non-reactive. It's safe. You know what? This is the kind of hazmat protection it needs. That's electrical tape around the cap. Okay. That's the kind of seal, and it's not going to fall out. It's not going to leak out. Okay. It's a screw top with electrical tape. That's what Mercury calls for. Safe. People think I'm crazy, and they're talking all kinds of, you're going to get brain damage. You need a rest. Well, I got the respirator. I've got a fume extractor. I just got to get a desktop to put it all together. Okay, here we are. Hey. Now, physical science and chemistry to me is still fun. You just have to be cautious, not paranoid, scared about the stuff. Yeah. Sapphire saying it. No, that's exactly what it means. It's a civil engineer is a person who designs buildings for the environments, right? For the city planner says, I want a building over here. And the civil engineer goes, I'm designing that building over here. That's what city planner is, just someone who plans where the buildings go and structures and bridges and things like that and roads. Civil engineer figures out how to put them there. Okay. Now, I've been obsessing about this stuff for 2 months, right? The Mercury stuff, 2 months. And I had to take a break. And I'm taking a break because it's easy to get burned out because waiting on parts, waiting on things, waiting on doing this, developing and figuring out what you need to order, figuring out what you need to make. Oh, what I need to make is for these coils, right? I got to make a bracket out of plastic to hold these coils in place. As it is, I'm going to be using tape, and I'm not happy with that. I own a 3D printer. I'm going to freaking use it, right? I just got to get the program working. This netbook has never talked to that printer. I need to get it set up, right? And I'm looking at the chat. All right. Well, the terms are put through an American language filter, just like everything here. So, yeah. And, well, that's where I'm at with that. And I've been obsessing, waiting on parts, and I still got to order more parts. There is no end to the parts ordering. But you know what? Most of them are arts and crafts parts. Copper rods, arts and crafts. Metal cans, arts and crafts. The coils, that is actually electronic parts. And I'm going to order 3 more sets of them. I'm going to have 4 levels, 3 more sets of those. And all this stuff, so far I've spent about $55 excluding the Mercury itself. And that's for one. And I'm going to, Sapphire, what did you say as an insulator? Something fiber card. I need to do that. And do that. So I took a break, and I'm in The next big topic I wanted to talk about now. That's where I'm at with I'm going to turn the brightness up. That's where I'm at with the Mercury tech stuff. And then once I get those things put together, see what happens, take notes, proceed as needed, proceed as warranted, right? Whether it means I build one 6 inches or 18 inches. What am I going to, does it levitate? Does it come up off the ground? To be determined. So that's where I'm at, and I'm going to move on. The next big thing I wanted to talk about comes from ufology. Okay. Now, ufology, study of UFOs and the effects of everything, right? The sightings, the experiences, and all of that. Okay. Let me see here. I watched An Accidental Truth. It was okay. It was good. It wasn't awesome. It was pretty good. It put into perspective all the little oopsies they all said, right? Lou Elizondo, all the people, Dirty Doty, all those guys, right? It put into perspective. Oh, okay. Damn girls. We're not sexist here, but I mean, I know. I get it. Battery. Oh, she needs a new battery, huh? Okay. Well, let me see. I do not know what that is, but okay, I'll figure it out. And welcome back, Raven. Okay. In the ufology stuff, what is being shown is what they want us to see. Here's what's happening in my estimation in ufology. Okay? Slow drip disclosure. It's happening by accident. They don't want us to know any of that stuff. They don't want us to know who they talk to, why we're disappearing in the frickin' forests, okay? Who's being taken, who they're talking to, why they're talking to, Mars. They don't want the moon. I don't think that we are stuck here on Earth. I think us as cattle are stuck here on Earth, okay? Because as y'all know, I've already contacted out there, off-worlders out there, already talked about it, already been in contact. Nobody's going to tell me it didn't happen, okay? And okay, now I watch Accidental Truth, and they let a lot of stuff slide since it started from 2017. It referred to things like Roswell, but the movie topic really started from 2017 with the Nimitz, right? And the what's it called? The gimbal, the go fast, and the whatever, right? Tic tac, gimbal, go fast. That's what they really started with in this movie. We are not privy to know what's really going on. Okay. I've been thinking about this, and you know how you think about something so much and it just becomes a jumble in your head? That's where I'm at with this. I watched Amy's replay. I watched Rich. Goof on lives. Okay, we are the cattle. The government are the farmers, and the off-worlders are the neighboring farmers. I said this a while back. Doesn't it seem strange that they're trying to get us all dress with things like the jab, things like the economy, things like, it seemed like they were getting us ready to be inspected. Who's coming? Who's going to be the one looking? And why are we doing this? Okay, it reminds me of a Doctor Who episode where the master uses high tech to change all the humans into him, into clones of himself, genetically. And it's Doctor Who science, so it's science fiction. And it was United Earth. Imagine everyone marching under the same beat of the same drum. That's what it seems like they're trying to get us to do, except we can't stop squabbling, can't get over violating human rights. And I did not have a chance to see Sound of Freedom. That's part of it. That's linked to ufology. It's going to come out that the adrenochrome, there I said it, on YouTube. I'll also be on Rumble. This is being transferred to Rumble as it comes on YouTube, okay? Yeah, all the human trafficking, the children being picked up, that's part of it. Because those guys are onto the dark side of magic. Dark side of magic is quantum. Good side is quantum. It's all quantum. Just here in the 3D, we are separated from it. We are told we are normal muggle types. We have no magic. Bullshit, we got magic. The secret. Talk to Richie about that, right? Now, in ufology, we're the ones that are trying to get us dress right dress. And I don't know why. No one can tell me why. No one even thinks about this stuff. Why is no one thinking about this stuff? Why hasn't it seen? It seems like with the jab, with the economies, okay, look at Canada. Holy crap, look at Canada. Look at Australia. Even though Australia, not so much. They're just really physical about it. They'll beat your ass. In Canada, they'll arrest you. In Australia, they'll beat your ass for resisting things like the jab and not doing according to quarantine, right? What are we getting ready for, right? And now I sent to Rich on Goofon tonight. I sent him a PayPal and I sent him an email. I said, okay, and he was like, where's the big thing? And he goes, where's the asteroid? And I was like, oh, I listened to this on Museum of Tarot. He did a Common Minds project where if you were on Goofon early tonight, you heard it was near the end of the show, right? I sent him an email, I sent him a video. It was from Museum of Tarot. And he was talking about how he did a group minds project. And they were like, what are the significant events going to happen to change the world this year? And asteroid, 100 out of 600. It doesn't sound, it's not the majority, but it's the biggest common one, right? Everybody came up with something, but that was common among 100 people out of 600 people. Asteroid. And he was talking about, and I brought it up. He brought the video up. It's a long video. It's not something that you can just boom and it's a TikTok. It's not a TikTok. It's longer. And well, that's another thing, right? They're hiding asteroid stuff from us. Also solar flares. But we go through lots of solar flares, right? There's a lot of them. Solar flares, solar storms, strong solar wind. Okay, now I did not get to a whole bunch, but ufology, we are the human Earth experiment. And we are the subjects of this experiment. We are being led, we are being brainwashed because they know, look at Bug's Life. The many can overpower the few. I want us all to ask ourselves, why do we feel so powerless? Because we want to exist in a society where everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. All right. And that keeps us from, I don't know, knocking off dictators. That keeps us from doing that because it's illegal. Well, the United States was founded illegally. What did that quantum guy say? The United States was founded illegally. Who was the law? England. Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. All right. Got that out of my system. But why do we think we're not magical? Why do we think we are normal? What does that mean? Right? Here's something everybody can do. This is an easy one. Take you 3 plastic cups. Put water in them. I know you've heard of this one. On one, put love and say all the nice words to it. Put it in the freezer. On one, put a blank. Don't say nothing to it. Put it in the freezer. On one, put hate and say all the mean words to it. Freezer. They can be right next to each other. They don't have to be up, down, left, right, far apart or nothing. But there you go. Now that is the written word. Just a written word on those 3 things, right? You don't even have to look at them. Turn the labels around. Now, in a few hours, go look at them. Look at what. Take them. I've done this. It works. Okay, I've done this. Look at the ice on the blank one. Look at the one that says love and look at the one that says hate. What are the differences? What do you see, right? What do you see? Do it. 3 plastic cups is all it's going to take. Do you need me from Nathan from the Quantum Show to send you plastic cups? Dollar Tree. Go to Dollar Tree. At worst, it'll be 3 plastic cups for $3.75 plus your local sales tax. I ain't giving you money for Dollar Tree. Go to Dollar Tree, get 3 plastic cups. Go in there, get 3 plastic cups. Get bulk on Amazon. Guess what? You know what? They send them like this. Love, hate, and blank. Put the label on there so in your mind, and you can even turn them around. You don't have to look at it, right? That's the written word. It's a glyph word. That is a glyph word. Your glyph is the word. The word is made from runes, known as letters, scribblings from some culture of monkey people. That's us, right? So we are magical. Every single one of us are magical. We just don't think of it like that. Your intuition, that's magic. That's your quantum link. Having the little voice inside your head, that's your quantum link. It's involved with that too. And oh man. Well, Marvin, I don't know if it's love, hate, love. It's love, neutral, hate. Unless you're talking about something else that I didn't see. I wasn't looking at them. Yeah. I would like to know what this is about, Derek. I just saw this in the chat. Rothschilds staged an invasion in England, but really just used fires everywhere before they did that. They brought all the land and businesses in England, then fake opposition attack. Send me a link. My email is on my About page here on YouTube, right? Red Solo Cup for the experiment works. Yes, you just need to look down in them. They don't have to be clear. Do not use glass. It will break. The freezing water expands. It'll break the glass, right? Don't use glass. You don't need that kind of problem. I'm not telling you to put glass in your freezer full of water. Yeah. Plants grow differently when you are negative and positive at them. When you talk to them, talk to your plants, people say. It helps or hurts, depending on what you're saying, right? And yeah, and there's ways. Quantum link time. There are ways. Get your water. I suggest filtered water. I filter my water. Or I don't have a big house filter. I have one of the Brita filters. It works. It works well enough. Take your water. Bless it. You can bless it. You're magical. Your quantum link is just as active as mine. Okay? Everyone's quantum link is just as strong as mine. You can bless your own water. If you need to, if you're Christian, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, holy water. There you go. You don't have to have a priest. That's mind slavery. You don't need a priest, right? You are your own priest. If you're a Christian, if you're a witch, we got this. Pagans, we know how to do this. Sun bless, moon bless, star bless, what you want. Force bless. We got all the elements, and we know they're there for us. We know how to be responsible with them. Making holy water, easy. Okay? And yeah, our pineal gland has been calcified. I have been working, oh, that's something else. I have been working on decalcifying my pineal gland using this. This is niacin. And this. This was kind of expensive. Holy basil. I don't really know what the difference between holy basil and basil. It smells like basil, smells good. I'm taking them both daily supplement. Those are supposed to decalcify the pineal gland. And I've got a whole pharmacy worth of vitamin crap over here. So that's where I'm at in ufology. They're shaping us up. They're getting us ready for something, right? And Rich, about the asteroid stuff. Someone tagged Rich at 101.53, right? I'm going to put that in there. 101.53 at coupon. I don't know if he's going to see that or not, but I put that in there, right? This is what I was talking about with the asteroid. Watch that thing. How did he get that thing? Group mind. He got the information from group mind. And that the Canadian wildfires were started from an asteroid fragment hit. Okay? It exploded in the atmosphere. Well, fragmented. It came down. If you look at it, it looks like a blast pattern. He showed this in his video, Museum of Tarot. He showed that video on Coupon. If you were there 2 hours ago, right? You have a main part, and then around you have surrounding parts where it looked like. Now, if you know what a blast pattern looks like, if you have a big one and then surrounding ones, there's your direction. It came from that way, and it came from the sky. I'm getting vibrations. Phone vibes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Marvelous Marvin. Got your notification. And okay. It looks like a blast pattern. If you know what a spidering glass, you take a glass pane, you punch it in the center of you punch it in one spot and it will spider outward. Okay, now that's glass. Now, if you put that same glass on a piece of wood and you hit it from an angle, or not even glass, just a box like of sand, like Etch-a-Sketch or whatever, put you a box of sand, throw a ball in an angle, okay, it will, boom, it will hit the surface and it will bounce because the sand compacts, right? Hits the surface and bounces, but it takes sand with it. The force of that ball hitting like that will blast sand in the same direction. It might not go far, but it doesn't need to, right? Then look at the way that you have a blast pattern of it going that way. Tennis ball, right? And just at an angle. Now, if you put it going straight down, you get a different pattern. But it's not a blast pattern. It's like an eruption pattern. Whatever. Geology show at some other point in time. Still quantum. But in Canada, the wildfire started. I had somebody telling me it was UFO hit. It was an asteroid. And that was not the big asteroid. It wasn't a big asteroid. It was a fragment. That's what I was trying to tell Rich over there. Where's the asteroid, the big finale? That's it. It's a field of debris, not a big one, not one single big one. And he says, well, it has to be an extinction level event. I'm like, well, then how are we going to talk about it? We'll be extinct. If there's an extinction level event, how are we supposed to get on YouTube to talk about it, or StreamYard? Because it's literally a world ender, okay? How ironic, you know? And I am not, yeah, well, yeah, Joe, going back, holy water is super important. Every water can be holy water. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. Say, Christian, dear God. Whoever, dear your God. Pagans, earth. Water is it itself, is holy. Just ask for the universe to bring it back to holy. And, right. It doesn't take an asteroid to make a large explosion. Correct. But in this case, I think it was. You don't need an asteroid. How about a chunk of cement? You know, okay. Go for it, right? Go for it. He was running out of arms. He was running out of bombs. You know what he did? He got cement and made blocks of cement, okay? And he had them on bombers. He just dropped big rocks on people. The kinetic force of a 1,000 pounds block of cement being run out the back of a cargo bay, right, at 5,000 feet, that's a lot of kinetic force, okay? You don't even have to get to the speed of sound. You just drop it. 5,000 feet, drop it. You don't need an asteroid. You don't need bombs. You don't need that stuff. You need heavy objects. Okay. And it will look like an explosion. When it's what it is, it's the kinetic outward explosion of the kinetic energy. So, okay. All right. I had two other things I wanted to talk about, but my first hour is well over. So it's break time. Me and Amy are out of coffee. I'm going to go get some in there because it tastes like disclosure. And that's it for the first hour of the Quantum Show. Hey, Monty, you're coming in. I don't know how long you've been here, but I'm just wrapping up my first hour. I'm a little over my first hour, so I'm going to get coffee, take a break, and do my second hour in just a little while. So thanks, everybody, for coming to the show. I appreciate it. I was wound up. I've had just the right amount of coffee and not coffee to not spin off in crazy directions, and had maintained 12 people in the show throughout the show. Awesome. Hit like and subscribe. If you're here, you're Quantum. Back after the break. See you in a bit. Pushing buttons.